From the ordinary streets of Tomas Morato to millions of streams nationwide, Hev Abi didn't force his way into hip-hop. He walked in quietly and made the whole country listen.
He is a popular Filipino rapper and hip-hop artist from Quezon City.
He is a leading figure in the new wave of Filipino hip-hop, famous for his authentic, personal lyrics blending Tagalog and English.
He is a Filipino hip-hop, has been gaining massive traction as one of the scene's fastest rising genres.
This person is a quiet storm who didn't need to scream to be heard. This is the story of Gabriel Abia, aka Hev Abi. Hev Abi is a rapper raised in Tomas Morado, Quezon City, QC. He raps about the scene he surrounded himself in from the start, believing the place he grew up in is the greatest place on earth. Even before he became a rapper, he knew the area he was raised in was incredibly awesome, colorful, and full of life. When writing the song Para sa Streets, he captured the specific vibe of Tomas Morado during the early morning hours, a time when all the restaurants and bars were open, but the streets and taxis were empty of people. Despite his area being the source of his pride, he notes that he came from ordinary streets, where people did not believe that music could be a real career path. His family was present during the premiere of his debut album, Kangalam Mo Lang, where his mother proudly shouted, "Anak ko yan, that's my child." In discussing his song, Antagonista, Hev Abi suggests that in the context of the track, he sees himself as someone who goes against the things his mother would not want him to do or would forbid him from doing. Imagine wanting something so badly that everyone around you thinks is impossible. That was Hev Abi's reality. Before achieving viral fame, Hev Abi was just a dreamer hustling from the shadows in an environment where people did not believe music could be a viable path. He faced years of being ignored, rejected, and looked down upon by the hip-hop community. Choosing to pursue music instead of a normal job brought criticism, doubt, and sleepless nights. Once he achieved success, he still faced intense inner battles, dealing with burnout, overthinking, and the fear that one small mistake could ruin everything. He questioned whether he was doing enough and if his unique style was too different to last in the industry. But he kept going, because sometimes the greatest artists aren't the ones who fit in from the start. They're the ones who refuse to give up when no one else believes. Hev Abi started his music career in December 2019, just before the pandemic. His creativity often feels incidental rather than intentional. As he does not follow a rigorous creative process, he vocalizes melodies immediately as they come to mind. He draws inspiration from the things he goes through in life.
With that said, where do you draw inspiration to create your music?
Inspiration, gusto ko naman ko yung mga yan. Siguro po sa mga pinagdadaanan ko lang din sa buhay. Doon ko lang naman din po yung mga sinasabi ko. Madalas kapag may sinasabi ako maganda, parang tinatandaan ko siya. Tapos nilagay ko na lang din po sa lyrics.
Growing up, he was surrounded by the battle rap culture. That world taught him how to write lyrics.
Siguro, isa po yun. At siguro nakatulong din sa akin yan sa pagsusulat ng lyrics na ganun yung era na kinalakihan ko kahit pa paano. Doon ko siguro na ko yung mga humor sa lyrics ko.
He creates the music he personally wants to listen to, viewing it as a reflection of his evolution as an artist. By the time he released his debut album, Kung Alam Mo Lang, he had already put out 3 mixtapes, 3 full projects that most people never heard of. He was working, grinding, perfecting his craft in the shadows. Then came Welcome to DTQ. When it finally dropped, people called it an overnight success, a viral sensation that came out of nowhere. But that's not what happened. It was slow, organic, word of mouth, friends telling friends, underground buzz building quietly. Even before the song was officially released, his closest friends knew. They were certain this track was going to blow up. And they were right. But here's what people don't understand about overnight success. It took years of being ignored and rejected to get there. Years of people not believing. Years of pushing forward when everything told him to quit. The viral fame wasn't instant. It was inevitable because he never stopped working for it. While creating his latest mixtape, one that incorporates house music, something beautiful happened. He and his team were in the studio recording these songs, and they couldn't help themselves. They were dancing, bouncing, enjoying the moment. That's when you know an artist is doing it right. When the creation process itself is full of joy. Because that's what Hev Abi wants people to understand. What Hev Abi's advice or message to young people who also want to pursue music? When considering the legacy he wants to leave, Hev Abi hopes to inspire people through how creative he is.
What legacy would you like to leave behind as a modern Filipino musician?
Legacy? Siguro ako naman gusto ko maiwan sa mga tao, siguro kung paano akong maging creative sa mga ginagawa ko kasi best possible pinipili ko talagang maging weird sa mga ginagawa ko para lumabas yung mga hindi pangkaraniwan. So ayun, sana kung may madadampot man sila sa akin, sana ayun na lang. Kasi natutuwa ako pag may mga taong nagpapakita ng kakulitan nila sa mga ginagawa nila. Hindi natatakot magpaka-weird kung tawagin, sabi nga ni Tyler. So, yeah.
To strive for weirdness, to produce things that aren't commonplace. He wants to show people that being different isn't a weakness, it's your strength. Hev Abi went from a quiet dreamer hustling in the ordinary streets of Tomas, Morato, often ignored and rejected by the scene, to an innovative artist and one of the country's rising stars in hip-hop by choosing authenticity over trends and courageously embracing the weirdness that defines his art. He transformed himself into the voice of a generation who proved that calm confidence can make the loudest waves.